What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got to be talking about Monaco because, guys, we lost in the Champions League. All that great football that we were playing in La Liga, today it just didn't come, and for a variety of reasons. Today might be a bit of a rant, but hey, let's just get into it. But first, like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe if you haven't. Road to 400 subs continues. Hey, let's get into it. So the first thing I want to say is Monaco, they were our first game in the Champions League. Yes, we ultimately did lose 2-1 on the night, away at Monaco, never an easy game. And honestly, the team selection, with having Eric start, I thought it was a good decision from Flick in that double pivot to, have some steel in that defense because Monaco, they are a physical team. And we did see that when they pressed. And the first thing I want to say is Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, please get out of my club. Because how many times do I have to say this? I am a nice, positive fan, I feel like. But Ter Stegen, how many years are you going to cost us or at least not bail us out in the Champions League every single year since like 2020? It's either his fault or it's not his fault, but he could have done better. And you look at Thibaut Courtois the other day, and also when they win it, what's it called in 2022? Real Madrid, sometimes they're getting blitzed and they're getting horrible and they're literally just getting, they're getting ran through. And then their goalkeeper, he comes up clutch and he wins man of the match a lot of the times for them. Ter Stegen doesn't even have one iconic Champions League moment. Even the Bayern one a long, long time ago, I wouldn't even say that because he conceded two that game. So honestly, I don't know, man. But anyway, guys, Vanderson, Mbolo, they were causing us problems. They're physical. Monaco in general were physical with their press. And ultimately, that led to their first goal and also the red card. The red card, though, guys, that is not on Eric Garcia at all. If anybody has played ball before, the guy he takes Eric Garcia off the ball, but that's a horrible pass from again Ter Stegen, and Ter Stegen. The goal also frozen. Why don't you at least do a courtesy dive? I don't know what's wrong with this guy. Seriously. How many times, even against Valencia, you guys remember Kubarsi cleared it off the line? This guy's passing is becoming very sloppy, and he's a horrible shot stopper. So, in my opinion, we have to get rid of him. I would get rid of him in January. I'm serious, guys, because we have a season to play, and I don't want to ruin another one. And Ter Stegen, I don't know what's wrong with him. Seriously. It feels like he's been horrible for the last 2 years. That 2023 season, I feel like the defense was in front of him was just so good. And honestly, let's be honest, since 2020, Ter Stegen's been not a good keeper. I don't think he's top 15 in the world, guys. And Ter Stegen, it's a horrible game. It's a disaster class. And we're being honest. This is not hate. This is honesty, man. And Flick, it kind of sucks to see that you put Eric Garcia in the game and he gets a red card. But this is not Eric's fault. Like, anybody with two eyes and a brain cell, could tell Eric Garcia this is not really his fault. He's put in a bunch of pressure into, a pass that nobody should make, and it's a red card. And ultimately, Monaco, they get the lead just, I think, 6 or 7 minutes after, and it just sucks, man. It was so frustrating. And all I can say is Lamine Yamal, Rafinha ran, but, Rafinha, it wasn't coming off for him. He had a chance. He should have took his chance, but he didn't. And then Lamine Yamal, he took his first chance, and honestly, that was such a good goal. He cut in, and then he slapped it into the bottom corner. And Lamine Yamal, that is very, very impressive, guys. That's all I'm going to say with Lamine Yamal. But, guys, I'm just very mad, with seeing how we couldn't build up. And, it's not Casado or Pedri or any of the center backs' fault because we have a red card, and Monaco are doing a man-for-man press. So, guys, we couldn't build up. That's all I can say, simply put. And all I can say is that, in this situation, with all the injuries with Danny Olmo and Frankie de Jong, they're all out. Also Gavi's out, Araujo's out, Christensen's out. Too many injuries. I know it's kind of unfortunate, but like, guys, this is too much injuries. And I feel like this game just reflected, we don't have the quality right now in our squad, especially with the man down to, be okay with that. Right now, we need 11 players. So I feel like Eric, he probably shouldn't have fouled him, but Ter Stegen, man, that's a horrible foul. That's all I'm going to say, man. And the next thing I want to say is that Ansu Fati, he is back. He's back, not in training, but he's finally played a game, in months for Barcelona. And guys, Hansi Flick, all I'm going to say is get this guy ready. Hopefully he scores in the next games. And man, all I'm going to say next is that Pau Cabarsi and Inigo Martinez, these guys defended with their lives. They put everything on the line for us not to concede. And ultimately we did with the high line. I don't know why we still played with the high line. In my opinion, Flick got that wrong, in my opinion. Why not just sit back? We already have 10 men. It was 1-1. I feel like the draw would have been a great result for the context. And then the next thing I want to say is that Lewandowski, I feel like, is also kind of useless when it comes to with 10 men. We saw it against PSG in the second leg. And now today, I feel like Pau Victor, even Ferran Torres would have been a better substitution because they're runners in behind. Not only that, they just give intensity. And Robert Lewandowski, it's not that he wasn't pressing or running, but these guys would just do it more. That's just the truth. You know, they're active, they're younger, they have the fresh legs. And hey, the next thing I want to say is that the team needs to just get their chin up, get a lift. It's okay, guys. We lost the game. It's not the end of the world. There's 8 games. Ultimately, if we win 5-6, if we win 5, I think we're going to go through in the top 8. But all I'm going to say is Hansi Flick, get these guys ready for the next game because, guys, we should be looking forward to Villarreal. Make a statement. This should be a blip in the road. This should not be normal. And, just look somewhat convincing and beat Villarreal. Hansi Flick, that's your job. And, hey, Lamine Yamal, guys, on the positives for him individually, he broke a record. He is the youngest goal scorer in UCL history. So Lamine Yamal, it was a brilliant finish too. I didn't really talk about him today because, guys, Ter Stegen, let's be honest, he ruined some great football that could have been on display, and that's all I'm going to say, man. And Hansi Flick, get this team ready on the weekend. I think we play on Sunday away again, 3 away games in a row. And, guys, September is packed, guys, because, guys, we don't have a home game until midweek next week, yes, again. Another midweek game against Getafe at home. And Hansi Flick, he's the guy, he's the manager we hired for these tough moments. But guys, I did not mean to be negative, but I got to tell the truth. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Road to 400 subs, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.